Joy has been learning piano since she was little, you know. So I think it's only natural for her to participate in recitals. But your child just started, right? Oh, you must be worried.
What exactly are you trying to say? What do you mean by that?
But if she's just started, she probably can't play properly yet, right? The teacher can be so mean.
Ashley practices diligently too, so I don't think there's anything to worry about. My name is Yvonne, and I'm 48 years old. I have a 12-year-old daughter named Ashley, whom I gave birth to when I was 33. Due to my advanced maternal age and the fact that Ashley is so cute, she's practically a treasure in everyone's eyes. I thought I could do anything for Ashley's sake. My husband, like me, is incredibly busy with work, especially during the Thanksgiving season, yet he still prioritizes time with Ashley. While it might be better for both of us to be working considering Ashley, I want to be at home to witness her growth. Understanding my feelings, my husband says,
"As long as you're taking care of the family, that's all that matters to me. Ashley would feel more secure with her mom at home,"
he added. He's truly a caring and understanding husband. However, I've always worked since I was young, so I've been striving to continue my career through remote work. Although I could earn a decent salary if I worked outside, it feels like a waste. But right now, my priority is my child over work. I've enrolled Ashley in various activities since she was little. When she expressed interest in ballet, I enrolled her in ballet classes. When she wanted to paint, I sent her to art classes. Being an only child, I tend to spoil her and forgive. And now she's expressed a desire to play the piano.
Mom, guess what? I want to learn to play the piano.
Well, she's a girl, and being able to play the piano would be nice. But didn't you quit ballet? And the art classes didn't last either, did they? It's true she tends to get bored after a while. I wish she'd stick with at least one thing till the end, considering the effort and money we put into these classes. I don't think it's wrong to hope for that.
Hey, Mom, that's because it just wasn't right for me. But this time, it's different. Because I really, really want to do it.
Ashley's eyes sparkled with determination as she spoke. Well, I guess there's no helping it. Then promise me you'll stick with it properly this time, and see it through to the end. Ashley energetically replied.
Okay.
But I wondered if she would truly keep her promise this time. Watching my daughter happily bounce away, I let out a small sigh. Despite my sigh, deep down I couldn't help but melt at her cuteness. The piano studio was quite far from where I lived. The accessibility was poor, and it wasn't safe for Ashley to go alone. I thought about finding a closer piano studio, but unfortunately in my area, while there were signs for swimming, painting, and gymnastics classes, there wasn't a single sign for a piano studio. At Ashley's insistence, I did some research, but it was no use. However, since I'm at home, it's not really a problem. And so Ashley started attending piano lessons twice a week. Normally, one might start learning the piano at an earlier age, but since I don't particularly want her to become a professional, I'm fine with it. My husband chimed in, saying,
"As long as she's cute."
He always says such cryptic things. When our daughter started attending piano lessons, at first, the sounds emanating from our living room were rather shaky, and even the movement of her fingers seemed unsure. It was nerve-wracking to listen to. But now, she's become quite accustomed to it, and her playing sounds more like music.
Mom, how was it? Was I good?
Whenever Ashley finishes a practice piece, she always asks me. You were amazing. Ashley, you're good at everything you do. That's why you should keep at it. As I bake cookies for Ashley, I listen to the music she creates. I believe that time is the happiest above all else. In the midst of this, Ashley's piano teacher mentioned that there would be a recital. Although it's a practice piece, the teacher expressed a desire for Ashley to perform at the recital, citing her remarkable progress. It's something anyone would be thrilled to hear from their teacher. I felt ecstatic, practically floating on air, upon hearing it. Once that's settled, the next thing on my mind is what kind of dress to buy. A new piano lessons could be quite expensive, but for a recital, I want her to wear a decent dress. As I pondered various dress designs in my head, I heard Marley's voice. I only met Marley after Ashley started attending this class. Her daughter is Joy, a 13-year-old first-year middle school student. She's a stylish girl, as beautiful as a model. I initially thought she took after her mom, but when I see certain aspects that aren't quite alike, I'm sure she takes after her father. She always greets people with a pleasant attitude, and I hope Ashley becomes as bright and courteous as Joy, greeting people openly.
The teacher says Joy should definitely participate in the recital because she's so talented.
Marley seems to be surrounded by other moms as she speaks loudly. I haven't spoken to Marley much, but her attire is always flashy, full of designer labels. She must really love brands. She always proudly carries a branded bag while boasting about Joy. Amidst this, Marley's hand touched my shoulder.
I've been calling you for a while now, but you haven't heard me at all?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was lost in thought. As Marley sat down beside me, she continued.
What's your child's name again?
It's Ashley.
Oh, yes, Ashley. So Ashley is also participating in the recital, right? That's what the teacher mentioned earlier.
Yes, it seems so.
I hope everything's all right.
Marley glanced at me with an intrigued expression, but I couldn't discern her true intentions. Looking at the other moms, they seemed to have a perplexed expression. There's no need to worry just because Joy and Ashley weren't the only ones chosen.
My Joy has been learning piano since she was little, so participating in recitals is only natural for her. But your child just started, right? Oh, you must be worried.
What exactly is she trying to say? What does she mean?
I mean, if she's just started, she probably can't play properly yet, right? Teachers can be mean sometimes, right?
Ashley practices diligently, so I don't think there's anything to worry about.
Well, let's hope she doesn't embarrass herself. If you fail, you might start to dislike playing the piano.
But what does it matter if she fails? Isn't failure also an important experience? But when I say that here, they probably won't understand. That's because she's going to say,
because our Joy never fails.
It is more important to think about what to do with Ashley's dress than to engage in sterile conversation. However, Marley does not seem to allow it.
Hey, did you know? The recital requires dress attire for the performance. Surely you wouldn't let Ashley go in her usual clothes, would you?
Yes, I know. I've thought about it properly.
Right. But you always dress so shabbily. I thought maybe you weren't aware of the recital.
Thank you, but there's no need to worry. Even though I reassure her, Marley seems to push further, not satisfied with the response.
We participate regularly, so we have plenty of dresses. Would you like me to lend you one?
It might not fit perfectly, but it's better than nothing, right? How much more can she look down on me? I'm fine, so please don't worry about it. Looking around, I noticed that the other moms were getting nervous. Being looked down upon like this would irritate anyone and might make them want to retort. But I have more important things on her mind right now. As a parent, it's up to me to decide how much I can embellish my daughter's special day.
Well, don't be so stubborn about it. Even if you put on airs and buy a dress, wouldn't it be pitiful if Ashley ended up with no living expenses afterward?
Taking a deep sigh, I excused myself saying, "Excuse me," and stepped out of the waiting area in the classroom. The piano class itself is fine, but being in the waiting room with the moms is uncomfortable, as if it were a salon. Some are reading books, others are on their phones, but there are also those like Marley who talk without considering others. Personally, I just want to be as quiet as possible, because I want to listen carefully to the piano music coming from the classroom, but it seems Marley has no such feelings at all. Outside, the breeze was pleasant, neither too hot nor too cold. As the day of the recital arrived, I presented my daughter with a meticulously chosen outfit to make it her best day. The pink dress was like a fairy's. Wearing the dress, my daughter looked so adorable that she completely captured the hearts of both me and my husband. We took so many pictures that she eventually said, "Enough already." While my husband and I apologized, we couldn't help but indulge in her good mood, saying, "Well, you're just so cute." I wonder if we're just being total doting parents, but I think it's unavoidable when your child is so adorable. Finally, with our daughter in a good mood, we drove to the recital venue, where the hall was packed with people. I had heard it was a small hall, but with so many people I couldn't help but wonder how nervous the children performing must be. My husband and I were wandering around, wondering where to take our daughter, when somebody called out to us,
"You look like a country bumpkin."
As I looked, there stood Marley, more glamorous than usual. Joy's dress is a long one, just like that of an adult performer.
"How do you like Joy's dress? It's the latest from the luxury brand Ras. Today, I'm wearing all Ras from head to toe as well."
"Yes, it's very cute."
"Cute? I want you to say it's beautiful. Joy is already in middle school, so she doesn't dresses that are meant for children doesn't suit her. And yet you say it's cute. What limited vocabulary you have."
"Oh, I'm sorry." Before I knew it, my husband had moved away to a distant place. I thought inwardly that it was unfair, but I guess it couldn't be helped since she is a person I don't usually see face to face.
"Even so, you've really splurged. What brand is Ashley's dress from?" "Well, which one is it?"
I can't imagine admitting to have designed it myself.
"Anyway, it's probably a no-name brand. But it's cute, isn't it? But not as cute as my child, though."
I think comparing cuteness and beauty is like comparing apples and oranges, so I don't think winning or losing matters, right?
You're quite assertive, aren't you? By the way, why are you wearing such clothes in a public place like this?"
"I'm just wearing a regular suit."
"It's quite dowdy, isn't it? And it's probably a no-name brand, too. Well, I guess it can't be helped if you're poor. It's just too shabby. Poor people should probably just go home. So pitifully poor." "Don't you think it's sad for the child?"
"I don't think so. There are plenty of good things even without brand names."
"You're good at making excuses for your loss. It's okay. You don't have to make excuses like that. Just admit you're poor."
I can't understand why she's so eager to look down on people. Maybe she wants to feel superior by looking down on others, but she's the only one feeling that way, and how others perceive her is a different story.
"But if you had nothing to wear, you could have said a word. I would have lent you my dress."
"Oh no, it's fine."
"Don't you think it's pitiful for the kids to see their mother in such shabby attire?"
"I don't believe brands are the best."
"Oh my, even when people are saying it out of kindness."
Then it happened. Almost like a scream, Joy's voice was heard.
"Ashley, that dress! Isn't it from the luxury brand Ras? And it's a brand new design that hasn't even hit the stores yet, right?"
At that voice, almost all the women present turned around. And the one who turned around the most noticeably was none other than Marley.
"Is it, though? I don't know, because Mom made it." "Mom made it? That's a lie. Could it be that your mom is the designer for Ras?" "Mom never talks about her work, so I don't know. I always just call it Mom's brand."
The conversation between the two caused quite a stir among the surrounding mothers. Of course, everyone recognized the latest creation from the prestigious brand Ras, worn by the performers. And the one who eagerly came to inspect my daughter's dress was Marley herself. Moreover, she was tightly holding the hem of my daughter's dress.
"Mom, don't hold on to the dress."
After Joy said that, Marley snapped out of it and let go, but I felt like if she had held on any longer, it might have torn.
Hold on. Are you really the one designing for Ras?
Given the situation, I couldn't stay silent, so I answered affirmatively. To be honest, I was striving as a designer before getting married. At some point, I felt the need to create designs I truly loved separately from my job. When I introduced them online, they received a lot of positive attention. So instead of being employed to create designs I didn't enjoy, I decided to start my own brand, where I could create what I wanted. That's how the luxury brand Ras came about. And the dress my daughter is wearing for this event is one I designed, because I wanted her to wear it. By the way, the dress Joy is wearing was designed 5 years ago and is far from being a new release. It's now quite outdated. And the gorgeous outfit you, Marley, are wearing is not from the Ras brand. At Ras, they don't create the glamorous styles you, Marley, prefer. I assume it's from another brand, but since she claims it's Ras, I decided to let it go.
Lies! Why did you keep quiet about this until now?
It's not like I was keeping quiet. There was just no need to say it.
You were laughing at me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I was grateful that you liked Ras.
That's right, it's rude. Ras is my favorite brand, so don't talk about its designer like that. What? Mom, I still want to be a designer. Huh? I thought you wanted to be a pianist. Being a pianist is your dream, isn't it, Mom? I've always wanted to be a designer. But now that I know Ashley's mom is a designer, I really want to be one too. Is that so? I'll continue with the piano, but I've decided to become a designer in the future. I've made up my mind, Mom.
As Joy said this to Marley with a determined expression, a voice from somewhere asked, "Are Marley's clothes not from Ras?" Until now, whether Marley was interested in clothes or whether she didn't care because she was told they were from Ras is unclear. However, with this commotion, it seems that many moms noticed the difference. Then, among the moms, whispers began. It's different, right? Yeah, Ras designs aren't like that. Finally, Marley, unable to bear it, hurriedly left the scene. Left behind, Joy took Ashley's hand and,
"Let's go to the teacher's place."
Saying this, she took Ashley with her. When the curtain rose and Ashley walked towards the grand piano, everyone was taken aback. Of course, the reason was the dress I designed. The recital ended in great success, and the piano teacher happily chatted with the children. I watched the scene to try to bring Ashley home, but did not find Marley in the stream of people until the very end. Joy and Ashley continued piano lessons and became great friends, always practicing together. So naturally, Marley should have been there, but she never appeared in class. Her grandmother always came instead. When asked about it, it turned out that Marley's husband heard about the commotion during the recital and told her not to attend class if she'd rather not make a scene at home. Marley, who had been accustomed to salon-like settings, reportedly refused, but was threatened with divorce if she disagreed. So eventually her grandmother started coming in her place. Marley is now forced to wear only non-brand clothes to avoid showing off. As for me, I continue to wear non-brand clothes as usual. Even if it's non-brand, quality matters. I continue to design new creations for the high-end brand Ras today.